back to week 6 of our pigskin pick 'em. Yeah, no, the season's flying by. I mean, after this week, we're 2/3 done with the season already, and we're 2/3 done with the season already, and I'm pretty much done as far as there's a picking them. I'm down 11 here, and a lot of times picking with my heart too much and not with my head. So I don't know. It's been a tough go, but hey, let's see if I can't catch up this week. Let's get right going to the thing, Scott. Highland Park, a 2-3 team at Maine East on 5.
Well, Maine East, I hate to tell you, Highland Park's won 2 in a row. They're riding some momentum right now. Highland Park's going to win this one pretty easily.
I gotta agree with this one, Scott. Highland Park, I think, will take this one and even the record 3-3. Nazareth, a 4-1 surprise team at July Catholic.
Well, that record looks pretty nice right now, but it's not going to look as nice after this week's over with. JCA's is too powerful for Nazareth. It's pretty sad that Nazareth's right now the second best team in that conference, or they're second or third. JCA is going to win that one probably rather easy.
Nazareth does run that option attack, which will give JCA a little bit of trouble early on. They've seen more spread teams this year. 3 passing teams this year, but yeah, when push comes to shove, JCA showed last week that they can make adjustments. They'll adjust this one fine, and they'll win going away.
What about Bennett and Notre Dame? We've seen both of these teams play against JCA, and neither of them have impressed too much. Who's going to win this one? Big game for Notre Dame, trying to get back to 500.
It is, Scott, and I gotta say, this is the game that circled for Bennett. They've had tough teams. Their combined opponents were 18-7 this year. They got Notre Dame was their only winless team. They go to Indiana to face a 5-1 team. Then they come back. They got Carmel still on the schedule. They had some tough teams coming up. This one's been circled. I'll tell you, if they move the ball the way that they did last week against JCA, that they'd come out with this one. And I think they're gonna move the ball this week. And I think Nick Mankowski now back under quarterback, back under center, permanently. I think Bennett's gonna get off the schneid this week. And
you pick against Notre Dame every week. I don't get why, because they just won 2 weeks in a row and you picked against them both times.
I'm coming off Bennett high there. I saw
there's only one name you need to think of, Peruccini. The guy has been lighting it up the last couple weeks.
I agree.
And I don't see how Bennett can sit there and call out cadences all they want. I don't sit there and see how they're going to slow him down. In the passing game or the running game, he's a great dual threat quarterback, running for 170 and throwing for another 150 last week.
I agree. He's a great athlete.
I think Notre Dame's going to win this one by a couple touchdowns and keep those playoff hopes alive in the 6A division.
Here we go. We get to the SBC here. Minooka, 3-2 against Oswego. Disappointing 2-3 right now.
Oswego East.
Oswego East, I'm sorry.
2-3. Yeah, Oswego East has lost all 3 games by a touchdown or less. They could easily be 5-0 right now. Minooka is a buzzsaw right now. They're just pounding teams, but the second half leaves a little bit of question, not scoring a point against Plainfield South. Still, Minooka is going to win this game probably by a couple of touchdowns. This might be the first double-digit loss on the year for Oswego East as their playoff hopes continue to dwindle.
I said in week 1 when Minooka went and played Morris, week 2 when they played Providence. I don't care who they played early on. They're the best team, far and above in the SPC conference. They're gonna win this conference. Whether they go undefeated, maybe get the one loss in the summer, but they're gonna go undefeated, probably in this conference, and they're definitely gonna win this conference, and they're gonna win this game, no problem.
Well, week 1 loss to Morris looks really good for them right now. The week 2 loss to Providence, not so much.
Yeah.
Oswego at Plainfield East or Plainfield North. I'm sorry, both 3-2. Oswego 3-0 in the conference. North 2-1. The must-win game for North as far as conference race goes. They've improved their playoff spot. What about this one?
Scott, I just keep thinking one name in my head, and that's West. Ryan West has to get out going this year. Here's a kid who's keep coming in the year with one of the premier athletes, the premier quarterbacks in our area. In the state, some people said, and he just hasn't shown it yet this year. He's got to get going this year after 5 weeks under his belt. Just for no other reason than odds, I'm going to say that he's going to get it going, this week. And when he gets it going, they're a hard team to beat, and I think he'll get it going this week and beat Plainfield North. Like I said, for no other reason than he's got to get it going eventually. So
he had it going last week. He led a last-minute touchdown drive on Plainfield East to beat them. Let's see, you're fan Notre Dame. You pick against. They won 2 in a row. You bet against Plainfield North last 2 weeks. They've won 2-0. Plainfield North's gotten good. They've recovered. They've learned how to. I've talked to a couple of their players. They've learned how to deal with their young team. They learned how to practice better. Kurt Palandek 9-10 last week. They have the running game going. They got the passing game going. They have a couple of good receivers to throw the ball to. Their defense, I think, is better than Oswego's defense. Oswego can't shut anybody out. Plainfield North just pitched a shutout. Plainfield North's going to win this game. It's not going to be the 49-42 game last year with Capri Bibbs running for 530-some yards. But Plainfield North's going to win this game. Probably another close one. They played close the last couple of years. This will be another one.
Oh, I definitely see nothing wrong with playing for North. Like I said, I'm just betting the odds that West has to have one complete game at some point in the season, and week 6. I mean, it's got to come sooner or later.
What about Homer Flossmoor and Lockport 3-2, 4-1? Big game for the Porters to try to really show that they belong atop among the SWSC elite.
Yeah, I just think HF. I mean, they roll off 3 in a row when they're feeling good about themselves in this conference race, and then you lose the Lincoln Way East, and then you lose the Bolingbrook. I think right now, maybe a hungry team. I think a depleted team. I think the Porters got to score early. Get them back on their heels and start feeling bad about themselves again, and then they'll roll. But I just think HF right now is just on a backwards turn, and I think they're gonna stay that way with Lockport winning this one.
Another homer pick by the Lockport Porter. He's picked them every week. It's done him well most weeks except for the 1 week he picked them beat Lincoln Way East. HF is too athletic for Lockport. Lockport's been a nice team, but those 4 wins, besides the Plainfield North game, have come against teams that have a combined 1 win. So with that said, I think maybe 2 wins. I think they beat League Central. It was 1 win. So 2 wins, and their other 3 wins. With that said, HF, they'll ride some momentum after the good finish from last week.
Joliet Central here at Sandburg. Joliet Central and West played this past week. Central really showed, that they're starting to get into where they can hang in some games. But yeah, they're just not going to hang.
Interest of time, let's go Sandburg.
They're not going to hang with Sandburg, no.
Lincoln Way East, Bolingbrook. Mark, this is a game you'll be at. Game of the year, probably. What do you see? 2 5-0 teams.
I see Lincoln Way East in the last game got bit by an injury bug a little bit. Lost a lineman, lost a receiver. Not sure how long they're going to be out. They're questionable for this game. I think full strength or not, though. I've been saying it all year. Bolingbrook is my pick for 8A state champions. Obviously, I think they're my pick for conference champions. Win or lose this game is not going to change my mind on their 8A title hopes, state title hopes. But I don't think we got to worry about it. I think the Brook is going to win this one.
You know what? It was Bolingbrook just keeps winning games. People thought Homer Flossmoor was going to beat him last week. Neither of us did. We both picked Bolingbrook. This week's a different story. The Lincoln Way East. Aaron Bailey's a good quarterback, but he's still too one-dimensional. His passing game has not gotten going. He's been throwing for 70 yards a week or so. Lincoln Way East has one of the best quarterbacks in the state. Somebody said the 2 best quarterbacks in the state. I don't think Aaron Bailey's at that category yet. I'm going to go with Lincoln Way East in this one. I'm going to go against Raider Nation this time. I'm picking the Griffins. They've been there before. They know what it's like to play big games. Bolingbrook's still getting used to it.
Yeah, first time they're big time quarterback gets hit by Antonio Morrison. Lights out, baby. Lights out.
But that's it for the first half. Come back in a moment. We'll get you the rest of the games.
All right, here we are back for the second half of our Pigskin Pick'em. We jump right back into the SPC here with Plainfield Central, 3-2 team at Plainfield South. The first 2 of the Plainfield schools here I'm battling off.
Yeah, this is going to be a doozy of a game. I think winner of this game stays in good shape for the 7A playoffs. The loser of this game is going to have to make a run, especially Central. They almost need 6 wins to make the playoffs. South, I know, almost need 6 wins as well. This is going to go back and forth game, I think, but I think Plainfield South's offense is just a little bit more multi-dimensional than Plainfield Central's right now, and I think Plainfield South will hold on for the home win.
I think Plainfield South, depending on which half that offense was up, first half last week I saw against Manuka, not impressive. Same thing with the first half they played against Joliet West, not impressive. Second half of the games they've been looking good. In Plainfield Central's been able to pull a rabbit out of a hat a couple times here, this year and win some games they probably shouldn't have won. They probably shouldn't win this game. Plainfield South is probably a better team, better offense. They probably shouldn't win this game, but I think in the interest of pulling a rabbit out of their hat again, I think they're going to.
Only will Plainfield East in the next SPC battle. Final 1 and 4s. I'll be at this game. Mark, what do you think?
They could be at this game in for a long night. So I think both teams just have to get off the snide. I think I said earlier on that Rumble was my sleeper team this year. They slept on me all year. I just think that they got to get it going eventually. some of the players are too good. I'm not so on the unplayable East team yet, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, sold on. I'm telling you, you have to get more and more sold on them as weeks go by. You think that the game against Plainfield North was a fluke? They come turn around and give Manuka its best test in the conference. You think that the North game's a fluke? They only have Oswego to the last minute of the game. Plainfield East has gotten a lot better in the last couple weeks, and Romaville lost to Plainfield North 42-0. Plainfield East beat Plainfield North by like 20 points. You can't always count that into consideration, but at the same time, I think that's just too big of a margin to overcome. I think Plainfield East is gonna win this one, and I think it'll be a good game, but it's not gonna be 67 to 20 something like it was last year.
Yeah. Lincoln Way Central 104 teams again at Joliet West. What do you got going there?
I'm just gonna pick Joliet West in this one. I think they have more athletes than Lincoln Way Central. They've been in each game pretty much for at least part of the game, and that's more than Lincoln Way Central has been able to say.
It's got Joliet West for as many times as they shot themselves in the foot this year. I don't even know how they can walk. It's just mistake after mistake after mistake that they've made on their own. Joliet Central held them down pretty well last week. I think Lincoln Way Central gets win number 2 this week.
There's another trend going on here. What about York and Downers North? 4-1 or 1-4. Downers North coming off a solid performance. Can they beat York?
No, solid performance out the window. York is just going to be too tough a team for them.
You know why I said Downers North closer than the experts say against Downers South? I'm not going to say that this week is a letdown game after an emotional game like last week and falling on the short end. I think York's going to win this one pretty good.
Every week that there's those games that we don't have to talk about, I think this is one right here. I think we can both just pretty much talk up to Josh Williams down south. Willowbrook's not even going to be in this game.
Second 0-5 team they're playing this year already. That goes back to the schedule things. Not that they can help it, what's in their conference. But
they are going to hold on. Seneca at Westmont. Now, I picked against Westmont a few times. Last week I picked for them. They got me one win.
I picked against them. They only lost
and
last week.
They made up one of my wins. I'm picking for them again this week to take Seneca at home.
With Wilmington coming up on deck, this is a big game for Westmont because you don't want to go 3-3 heading into Wilmington. So that's almost, not to say they lost, but it's almost going to be 3-4. Pretty good chance. I'm going to agree with you. This is the first time we're picking Westmont together. So this could be the apple that breaks the camel's back, right? Or a straw that breaks the camel's back. Whatever it is, but I'm going to go Westmont here. They look pretty solid. They keep getting it done one way or another.
Here's our game of the week here, Scott. This is a big game. A 5-0 Maine South team, and the Niles West team's 2-0 or 2-3. Maine South, I said it early on, somebody's going to beat them this year. They're not going to win this thing. They're not going to go undefeated. They're probably not going to win the Class 8A title. Odds are, but someone's going to beat them. It almost got happened last week. They're just not showing yet, what they're up to. However, it's not going to be Niles West. They're still going to go to Niles West and take care of business. And so someone's going to get them. It's just not going to be this week.
Yeah, I think New Trier is the only team in conference that was going to give them a battle. So I think Maine South's going to be 9-0 heading into the playoffs. But again, like a Downer South, not even though they play Wheaton Warrenville South, it's not a very strong 9-0 team. They're going to be in trouble come playoff time, I think, as well. But right now, Niles West has struggled the last couple weeks. When you struggle the last couple weeks, Maine South is still not the kind of team you want to go up against in that situation. Maine South's going to win this one. I don't think it's going to be the score was last year, but I think they will win pretty handily.
Well, Scott, I got a few games down here where I look like I can maybe make up or lose some ground here.
You got a lot of ground to make up.
We'll see what happens.